Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Divinely Transformed, where I show you how you can change your life, encourage your growth, and your evolution for the most fulfilling, heartfelt, and authentic transformation. I know that's a mouthful, but that entirely encapsulates what I'm all about on this channel. So welcome back to my channel, whichever the case may be. I'm so glad that you're here. This reading will be for Cancer. You could have Cancer anywhere in your chart for this to resonate, or likewise, someone else. Please remember that it won't resonate with everyone, and that past, present, and future timing is different for each individual watching. So, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. I do have daily content on X and TikTok, and if that interests you, all of those links will be in the description box below. What are the most important messages for Cancer and their cross watchers? Please and thank you. Holy Spirit. Most important messages for Cancer and the cross watchers. No need to worry. Are y'all worrying about something? No need to worry. All right, let's find out more. What are the most important messages for Cancer and their cross watchers? Please and thank you. The Empress reversed. Page of Wands. What's that about? And it's clarified by the Five of Pentacles reversed. Well, the Empress in reverse. This could be someone with Libra or Taurus in her chart, but not necessarily. But this is someone who has repressed divine feminine qualities. This person, you know, the divine, oh my goodness, if I could talk. Okay, so the Empress reverse is someone who suppresses their femininity. And they do this by suppressing, and this could be male or female. This is not based on gender, but the Empress in reverse, they lack empathy, they lack compassion, they lack that basic nurturing that is the kind of nurturing that has positive growth attached to it. The Empress in the reverse is someone who represses their emotions. So however this resonates for you, if you find yourself in karmic patterns involving any of those things, there's no need to worry because we got the Page of Wands here. And in essence, this reading is the Page of Wands for someone out there. There could be a mother figure out there who is worrying, and they could be worrying about stability, financial security. They could be worried about the recovery after financial hardship or a physical health scare. So we got the Ten of Swords in upright, and we've got the Seven of Wands in the reverse. This is bouncing back after an ending of something. And this ending was inevitable here with the Seven of Wands in the reverse. The ending was inevitable because it was a result of karmic actions that was taken. But the ending is not the end of the world, because there's much more important things to be focusing on than the ending of either this relationship or this job or whatever it is in your life that has ended, that you couldn't do anything about with the Seven of Wands in the reverse. There was nothing that you could have done to prevent this ending, Cancer and cross watchers. This ending was destined to happen. And we got the Knight of Swords in the reverse at the bottom of the deck. This is something that makes you very angry still. Cancer, cross watcher. But you're focusing on the wrong thing. You're focusing on the negative. And the negative is whatever ending this was. This could have been ending of someone's ability to be a mother. This could have been an ending to not having compassion or empathy. Oh, I like that. And if that's happened, great. But if not, that's a call to what is happening here, because it is a direct result of this lack of empathy and this lack of compassion and this lack of being able to nurture self or others. This needs to end. So that's actually a conscious choice that you can actually make if you find that this is resonating with you, that you can actually start some, growing and developing into investing in your healing, Cancer. We got the King of Cups in the upright, and we've got the King of Wands in the reverse. This is definitely a dichotomy. This is like a fantasy. Like, this is unrealistic for someone to be like completely loving and nurturing and like compassionate. And I'm getting that this masculine energy was very emotionally supportive, but it was at the expense of their confidence. It was at the expense of being able to channel their energy effectively. The King of Wands in reverse can signify someone who has anger issues, because this is all about an expectation of someone to suppress themselves and suppress divine inspired action in order to be loving and caring and supportive. But this is someone who is really demasculinized. This is systematic abuse and control. Why is that important? Why do we need to know this? Why do we need to know this about the King of Cups, King of Wands reversed? King of Wands in the reverse, that's anywhere from someone who outwardly expresses their anger and rage to someone who internally expresses their anger and rage in order to have the mask of being loving and caring and supportive. Yeah, this is unhealed wounds. The Star in reverse and the Temperance in the reverse. This is operating from wounding. The Star in reverse is the lack of healing. The Temperance in the reverse, this is lack of moderation. This could be this masculine energy here, but this could also be this Empress in reverse energy. So we've got the Empress reverse, the Star reverse, and the Temperance reverse. Aquarius, Sagittarius, Libra, Taurus energy, all in the reverse. So this reminds me of a daily short that I did. And it was something like when care turns into fear and control. So we've got the King of Cups in the upright. This is someone who's been conditioned to show love, care, and compassion and repress their angry emotions, repress any kind of volatile emotions that get in the way of this loving mask. And it's a mask because it's requiring someone else to ignore themselves in order to provide this care, this support, this compassion to this person here. This is like over emotional compensation to someone who should have already learned this. Because if this is someone who already has their own children and they don't know how to nurture their children properly, it's like that means that the extra burden is being placed on the father figure here, the masculine energy, to be more caring, to be more helpful, to be more supportive. But this is what's expected, and this is like the conditioned response, and it actually takes away from the person's masculinity. It takes away from their sense of being able to take divine inspired action of any kind. It robs them of their confidence, their ability to make decisions, for themselves or for their family here, because this is someone who has conditioned themselves to continue to be loving, caring, and supportive to someone who is extremely unstable. Temperance in reverse, someone who is very impulsive, someone who is very greedy, and someone who lacks moderation physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, in all of their ways. And this is very unconscious. This is hidden insecurities, and it's unhealed energy. This is ancestral pain and karma handed down, but it's also responses to that is handed down as well to perpetuate those toxic cycles. what's this no need to worry about? Because I've got a karmic energy here that is worried about everything. And it's in regards to financial recovery, physical health recovery, or not being ignored anymore. Four of Swords reversed and the Eight of Swords in the upright. There is so much fear and so much anxiety here. Four of Swords in the reverse is someone who they can't rest, they can't relax, they probably can't even sleep. And it's because they're mentally trapped in their own mind, worried about their financial stability. No need to worry. This ending has happened. I mean, I feel like this is an ending that someone is worrying about because of karmic repercussions. But this is the time for you, Cancer, to just take that leap of faith into the brand new beginning that is being offered to you, because with every ending, there's a new beginning. Stop focusing on the ending. Focus on the new beginning. What are you going to do differently this time? Hopefully, Cancer, it would be working on all of this stuff instead of really worrying and keeping yourself mentally trapped because you're just really worried about how you're going to get like financial support or how you're going to get help with whatever it is that you need help with to recover from some physical thing. But like, this is all about just letting all of this go, because Cancer cross watchers, you're worrying for nothing. You're focused on the wrong thing here. Instead of being so focused on recovery, whether it's financial, emotional, or otherwise, the Fool energy is the opposite of the energy that you're in, because the Fool is, going along, happy-go-lucky, exploring new stuff as it's going on and as it's happening, with a curious and open mind and with a good attitude, because this worrying is keeping you stuck. It's keeping you stuck and focused on what you've lost. And I'm not saying that what you've lost isn't important, but what I'm saying is the opportunity after the loss is perhaps the most important. And it's not even being considered because so much focus is on the ending, where the focus actually just needs to be on the new beginning. So that's what's important here. It's about learning to relax, to trust the universe that with this new beginning, that you're going to be given opportunities to have clarity about things about yourself in order for you to take advantage of this brand new beginning and start making different and better choices for yourself. Choices and resisting choices that you would be very used to making, like that keeps these cycles open. So this is a real opportunity to really shift the perspective here. What is before you? What is new? The new adventure that is before you is where your focus should be. With a good attitude. Be like, okay, after this ending, I've got this new beginning, and it's important to focus on the new beginning, because if you're not, you'll just be going right back into another painful ending. So this could be in any aspect of your life. This could be relationship related. This could be career related. But this is definitely the need to end these toxic cycles and doing something different, embracing the new. But that requires getting past some fear. There's a lot of fear here. Someone is really literally experiencing a fear dump here. Cancer. Crosswatcher. And there's no reason for it. That it's unnecessary. You're hurting yourself. And then, I don't know about this whole suppression of emotions thing, but no one should have to suppress their emotional unhappiness, dissatisfaction, anger, or discomfort in order to deal with somebody who just continues to behave in these karmic cycles. This is like people treating people however they feel like treating them, no matter how they're related to them. I mean, this could be a mother, this could be someone's mother, but this could be male or female, this could be anybody. But this is what suppression of emotions does. It puts it in the shadow, and then the shadow comes out in unconscious ways that is harmful to yourself and others. And it's really about time we start shining a light on the shadows, on the parts of ourselves that we're suppressing, because it perpetuates the trauma. So does the worry, for that matter. So what is the final advice from Archangel Michael for Cancer and their cross watchers? Please and thank you. Final advice. Archangel Michael, what is the final advice? Make a commitment. Archangel Michael, as the angel of courage and confidence, I call upon you to lend me your strength. Allow me to commit myself, my life, and my divine purpose. Please clearly guide me so I can fully open my heart to every experience. Yeah. Make a commitment to fully open your heart to every experience. And it's going to be terrifying for someone here. But this is how you can truly evolve your soul. A commitment to do the exact opposite of this. That's what it takes. It takes the decision to do the thing and the consistency, the determination to carry it out. You can't do it without a commitment. And this is a commitment to yourself, so that you don't have to feel this way anymore. You don't have to feel like things just happen to you that you can't control. You can control them. They're in the realm of your control. But the way to do that is to learn how to go from this to this, which it's taken the opportunity to learn, and it's taken the opportunity to heal above all. Taken the opportunity to learn how to be more balanced and grounded, to come from a place of responding instead of reacting, and also to build empathy and compassion, to be able to nurture others, because you're able to nurture yourself. You cannot nurture anyone else if you're not able to nurture yourself. And so many people are conditioned to ignore themselves, ignore their self-care, ignore their wants and their needs for the greater good of someone else. It's an illusion of how we should be, because that's self-sacrificing love. And it took me my whole life to learn how to not do that. It took a whole lot of extra focus on learning how to recognize my wants and needs and stand up for them. That didn't all happen at once, and it was a process that took a very long time. But I do remember that throughout this whole thing, that I made the commitment to pursue peace, because I needed that peace first and foremost. And that once that peace was obtained, everything else fell into place. So you don't have to worry. There's someone out there who is worrying. This is very fixable, but it's going to take some time. It's going to take work. And it's going to require you to learn how to relate to yourself and others differently in order to get different results than what you've already gotten. Basically, your painful experiences are a very painful reminder of what we could be doing better, what is missing in our lives. So, if this reading resonated with you, please give it a like or a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do. And all of my information's in the description box below. I'd like to thank each and every one of y'all for everyone's support of all my platforms and all the ways that y'all do. Appreciate y'all so much. And I'll talk to y'all soon.